Hi, thank you for visiting my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miriam. I'm an intuitive. I read numbers, I listen to the angels and your guides, and then I tell you what they're saying and whatnot, and then usually I ramble around. But you're supposed to be hearing something from me out of my face or whatever. So, hi, thanks for clicking on me because you clicked on it for a reason. I guess. Hello, maybe it was the title or something, but hey. Um, this is about to be such a significant time in your period. It's such a significant time in your period is what I said, but such a significant period of your life, time period of your life, because I don't know if you feel it or not, but it's like your reality is really becoming all the things that you've been working towards or hoping for. And that being said, you are just about to launch, like about to take off, about to let that bow and arrow go. You've already been holding it for a while. You're taking aim and you're about to shoot the target. And it's going to be a bullseye, baby. Now, it seems like every single time you've started something, how do I say it? Stop it, sir. No. My dog's scratching his face even though he shouldn't be scratching it. Anyway. During this time, it seems like you've kind of been looked over a lot, not just by the world, but sometimes by the universe, the people that you love or whatever. And so it's like now it's not like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop or anything like that. It's kind of like you're so used to being overlooked, you're kind of waiting for somebody to overlook you for the thing that you're doing now. Like, you know for a fact that you are good at what you're doing, good at what your purpose is going to be, good at where you're moving, and good in that way. Whatever the thing is, you could be, I don't know, I want to say sewing notebooks. I don't know, but you could be sewing notebooks, and that's your thing. You're the one who puts the seam in just the right way, and so people will be like, "Yeah, I want that notebook hand sewed by you." I don't know, but that's what you're doing. I'm keeping an eye on my doggo so he don't scratch his face because he will. Um, yeah, it's quite simply that you were supposed to be overlooked at those times in your life to make you to the person that you are today. Like, yes, you have always been amazing, and like, so people have always been like drawn to you for some reason. Like, you'll notice people are making eye contact with you more as you're walking down the street. Like, people just always like kind of get and so like really and truly, like, this is your sign to tell, like, oh, okay, this is your sign to tell yourself that you are on the path you're supposed to be on. This is your sign to actually, here's your sign. All right. Now, if you, I can't remember how it goes. So I'm like, you might be a redneck. Here's your sign. Y'all know. They're different. Those two, I think. It might be the same one with two different specials, but you might be on your path. If you've been noticing a dark night of the soul after a calling, you might be on your path. But it's like, as the cold starts to chill out a little bit. The warm kind of comes in a bit more, and it's like it's allowing you to, it's like when you're told to take meat out the freezer and thaw it. You can't cook that frozen hunk of meat. I mean, you can, but you're gonna be chipping that away at it for a while. But if you let it thaw first, then you can go ahead and get on in that and start cooking whenever the time comes. You've let the meat out to thaw, okay? It's seasoned, it's ready to go. All you gotta do is put it in the hot pan, sear it up, and eat it. Okay? You've done all the work, you've done all the prep. You've studied, you figured out the recipe of what you wanted to make, and now you're making it. Now it's time. Literally, it's all ready to go. You just have to put it in the pan. And you know that. That's what it really feels like. Just put it to fire. Just put some heat on it. 555 as I say that. The expansion that you're going through, honestly, it how do I say this? It seems significant and mundane at the same time. Because it's almost like you've kind of had these ups and downs, all like, oh, yep, oh, here I'm so connected, I'm so connected, I'm so connected, and then like, am I even like awake right now? So numb. Like it kind of goes the in between, and now it's kind of been a bit more of a stable, reassured energy of like, oh, today's January 28th, that you're on your path. Like, even as I'm saying it, the only reason why it's even making sense is because you quite literally already told yourself this. Like, sometimes we just have to hear it from other people. I mean, granted, I'm a complete stranger. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing over there. I don't know what you're eating. I don't know your name. Well, some of y'all do know y'all's names because y'all commented them and they know them. And some of them might even know y'all's birthdays because y'all commented them. But, yeah, it's, I'm very, even now I feel calm. Usually whenever I'm like saying these messages, I start getting really hype at 7:47 as I say this. I start getting real hype, and it's like I still have energy right now. I feel like good energy, and I feel like it's sustainable. Like I can dish it out as I see fit and conserve it as I see fit, as opposed to just like, wah! Like a fire hydrant of energy. It's more just like, okay, now I can turn on the faucet and I can turn off the faucet. You have been, oh my gosh, oh, okay. They're saying that they're seeing all the work you've been doing and grounding yourself and really doing the work, like of the esoteric searches. Like, okay, so like kind of like whenever you found me, it's not like you were on the esoteric journey still. It's like you found the esoteric and you kind of like swayed, not necessarily from the esoteric view. You can't unopen your eyes to that all the way, but there were certain things that maybe you really studied up on and like knew, but you hadn't quite comprehended. So even if you go back and look at like maybe notes or something that you have, you are relearning from the notes that you put out there, and you're learning that again because you put it out there. And you're learning from yourself in the past almost. But you've been doing so much of the, like, you've actually been doing the meditation. You've actually been sitting down. And it's like, not even like, oh, okay, now I'm sitting in the lotus position and I'm over here hanging out and I'm doing it for an hour. But like, you're meditating while driving. You're meditating in the moment of conversation. You are really like finding yourself present and observing that presence and then maintaining that presence for more of an extended period of time in comparison to what you used to be able to do. And it's like the collective thanks you for it. Honestly, I thank you for it because the more calm you are, I notice the less frustrated I am. Like, you don't control my emotions at all. Okay, you don't have to control my emotions. You can live your life. You don't control nobody's emotions. But if people are picking up on it, it's all of our duties to take good care of ourselves because it does affect the collective in some way. So if I'm not taking care of myself and I'm down in the dumps and I'm not doing well, other people might be feeling that around me. Even if I'm showing up being like, hey girl, I'm not constipated at all. I have a normal bowel movement schedule, but I don't. And if I'm constipated, I mean, sometimes I do when I have my fibers, when I have my prebiotics, my probiotics, and my postbiotics. But when I'm not feeling well, it does dampen the energy. When you're not feeling well, and when all of us aren't doing well, we all kind of like take a little piece of it and spread it. That seems like you're doing something mean or something, but it's not. We're allowed to do that. That's the point. That's what humans do. We are pack animals. We naturally lean into our community. And so even if we don't have a community physically around us like we used to all the time, we do have a community around us collectively, energetically. People who are connected through Akashic records, through our ancestors, through angels, because we might have the same angels. I mean, there's only so many angels out there, y'all. There are earth angels, there are different types of angels. There's a seraphim, the cherubim, and the principalities, and I'm missing one. But there are different types of angels in the books. And they all have their different domains. Different things they have to keep track of. The things that I keep track of is how I am allowing myself to grow. Because my eyes are always going to be there. My egos are always going to be there. My yous, my eyes, my me's, they're going to be there all the time. And seeing which domain each of those egos are in, it helps me understand what medicine to give them. If it's a heart chakra one, a lot of times I can feel a little bit of despair, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of ooh. And then working at love, having myself open in that pose, standing in the sun, even if it's cold, finding a beam of sunlight right to my heart chakra. And I think of all the love that I have to give, even if people can't give it back to me, or if I feel like whatever blah blah blah, whatever injustice that's not fair, don't matter, because I got my love. I got my love for me, and there are people who really don't like me. They don't know why they don't like me though. I don't know why they don't like me either, but it's none of my business. My job is to just keep focusing on my migration through the vibrations. Yes, I could go migrate up through the vibrations, go real high vibes and all that, but guess what? If I go real high vibes, I can still fall very low into the low vibes if I trip up, if I ain't doing it right, if I'm not making sure that I have the foundation to catch me when I fall. There are supplies down in the low vibes that you are meant to take to the high vibes to help build an infrastructure. And each person has their own supplies that they bring. I mean, so most people are going to need the same stuff to wood, stone, metal, whatever you want for your foundations, for the bones of your foundation. Pouring cement, whatever it may be. You know, the marble in Rome was considered, or Greece, I don't know, was considered so strong. They're still looking about how to make it. You know, they don't even know how they made it so perfectly strong. My partner has a theory that it was because of all the oil they were pouring into it. All that olive oil really helps create a very specific lack of porosity, because the oils would then fill the porous points. Anyhow, I don't know. That's not my thing. I don't even know why I would just start talking about that. Anyway, it's me The word me. Mm is the is for sacral chakra. That noise. E. So here. And so when we go me, so it's taking us from the to the E to 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 the to the E, and that's it. Me. Not a terrible thing. Not a terrible thing. Being able to connect your crown chakra, your third eye chakra with any of your chakras is good. In Chaldean numerology, their letters are based off of like the essence energy as opposed to the Pythagoras numerology, where they do kind of like a cycle based off of the 1 through 9. But with the Chaldean, they go based off of the vibe, and that being like there's also things in Rastafari. The Rastafari don't say certain things. Like I stopped saying the word welcome because wealthy, healthy has the word hell, L in it, a lot of the same syllables. And whenever we are using our throat chakra, we go and it blocks our when we go oh. No problem having an L. You can L. But a lot of the time if you go they like the tongue touching the roof of the mouth is going to allow the energy to flow through, but this can be blocking energy. Putting our L out there, hell, and it changes our It affects the way we speak, blah, blah. But then you start to be like, oh no, everything I say matters, and then you start freaking out, and you're like, oh no, well now I have to worry about every little thing that I say. You don't have to worry about what you say. You could say whatever you say. It's 7:57 as I say this. You could say whatever you say. The fear alone that comes with the idea that you could hurt yourself on accident is the main thing that affects people and gives yourself a lack of ease in your life. You're like, oh, well, I'm saying all the wrong words. Say the wrong words. Just, you're aware of it now, so you can then... There are so many wrong words that we could be saying. Until you become aware of it, it is what it is. And even once you're aware of it, it's still going to take time to get used to getting that out of your vocabulary. And then you could be patient with yourself. Because it really is not that big of a deal. Like, words do have power, yes. Inner mantras have way more power than what you're saying out loud. All the stuff that you aren't saying out loud, the ones that you're like, I'm so afraid of it happening, I won't even say it. I won't even talk to somebody about it. I won't even talk to my therapist about it. And you have a therapist? Why are you paying a therapist for? I mean, you might not be paying a therapist. Maybe your insurance is. But you have a whole therapist. You have people that you could talk to. There's people who really wouldn't judge you. And then you still don't say the thing. And so all you're doing is giving it more power as an internal mantra of, okay, don't poop my pants, don't poop my pants, don't poop my pants, don't poop my pants. And then you're going to poop your pants? You pooped your pants. You could have just told me you needed to poop your pants. You could have just told me you wanted to poop your pants. Honestly, that's what it sounds like. Because you probably just wanted to poop your pants. Because if you would have just told me, you need, like, hey, I need to poop. Where's the restroom? I would have told you where the restroom was. But instead you're over here being like, no, I'm fine. Sitting around, and now all of a sudden we all smelling something. Anyway, that was it, I guess. Okay, well, yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, I'm fully out of it now. Anyway, I'm gonna go do the stuff that I gotta do today and whatnot. So much love, y'all. In the meantime, y'all keep a lookout for the numbers and stay synchronized.